In a year of garbage content, box office flops, and pop culture destruction, Damien Chazelle reaches down from the Hollywood heavens and says, I got you. How's it going, fellow cinephiles? This is Dominic from Film Overload, the channel where we talk about movies, pop culture, and everything in between. And today I am reviewing a movie that I was very looking forward to this year, and that is Damien Chazelle's Babylon. Yes, this is one of my most anticipated movies of 2022. My first reactions out of the theater, I just got home about 25 minutes ago and wanted to hop on here and give you guys my 2 cents on this movie. And I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. I think this movie is really, really solid. Before walking into my local cinema, I decided to read some of the reviews for this film. Either people absolutely loved this movie or people thought it was a waste of their 3 hours. And I'm on the side to say that this movie is actually really solid and not a waste of my personal time. I think Damien Chazelle really taps into something here. He taps into his creativity, which is put on full display throughout this movie, and that goes for all of Chazelle's movies that he has given us in the past, i.e. La La Land, which is one of my favorite films of all time, and Whiplash, which is another masterful piece of movie making. And with Babylon here, he really taps into another dimension of himself, and I think creating one of the best experiences in the theater in the year of 2022. Again, Damien is one of the biggest influences of cinema, in my opinion, in this current state of time. And I think anything he does, I am on board for. And I think he will continue to influence cinema as long as he is writing and directing movies. Now, Damien Chazelle really has a lot of hidden messages throughout this movie, and I thought he executed those messages very, very clearly. And I won't get into those messages because they are kind of spoilers for the plot, so I'll just leave those on the table. But I think Damien really adds a lot of solid messaging in this movie, and they are not hidden messages. They are out there, but I thought the way he presented them was very, very well done. Now, for some people, the runtime is a major disclaimer, and again, it did not feel like 3 hours to me. The movie actually flows really well. I just want to get that out of the way for people. Now, not everyone will have the same experience watching this film, but for me, I am used to watching longer movies, so this was really nothing to me. I think Chazelle paces everything that he wants to say very well, in my honest opinion. As far as story goes, the story really follows three main characters played by Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, and Diego Calva. These three characters experience the rise of Hollywood in the late 20s and then entering the talkie era, which completely changes their characters and their perspectives on life. And again, through Damien's wonderful direction, his writing, and just the way he develops his characters, it really tells a heartfelt, chaotic, and at some point ridiculous story that just so happened to work really, really well for me. In my opinion, these three actors really stole the show for me, but one stood out in particular, in my honest opinion, and that was once again Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is excellent in this movie. There's really not much to say about this guy. He is a premier actor. Again, an Oscar winner for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He once again tackles a somewhat supporting role, in my opinion, in this film, and he just embodies this character, this broken down, beaten up, silent film star who just feels like the industry is leaving him behind, and he really, really taps into that character and all the emotions that this character is feeling. And once again, using his Oscar-winning abilities, Brad just completely embodies this character, and I really hope that the Academy will really look at him once again for an Oscar. Now, we all know who Margot Robbie is, but I did not see Diego Calva coming at all. In fact, I personally thought that he was going to be belittled by Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, and to my surprise, completely stayed afloat with those two megastars. I thought Diego really held his own in this movie, and while not as potent of an actor like Margot Robbie or Brad Pitt, I thought Diego really added a lot of heart to this movie, and I think he really delivers a really solid performance. Now, I wish I could see him in more roles, maybe potentially in the future, to really hone in the talent that he is personally carrying right now, but I thought he was a really exceptional actor in this movie. Again, not award worthy, but a really solid performance. We have to give Margot Robbie an Oscar very soon. She pours her heart and soul into this movie, and I think the debate is really over when it comes to if she is a serious actor or not. She completely taps into this woman who just wants to have her big break in the industry. And when she eventually gets it, everything just comes crumbling around her. And I think Margot really taps into another dimension here. Again, it'll be hard competing with the likes of Cate Blanchett for Tar, but I think Margot Robbie is a very strong contender for that lead actress Oscar come award season. And once again, through his departments behind the scenes, via the production design, the cinematography by Linus Sengren, the amazing musical score once again by Justin Hurwitz, I think Damien Chazelle really pieces together one of 2022's best films, just based off of the world that he creates in this movie. He really took his time to deliver the utmost respect and elegance of the early 1920s in terms of set production, costume designs, everything. I thought the technical side of this movie was incredibly well done. Overall, Damien Chazelle's Babylon surprised the heck out of me, and I am so glad that it did. This movie is, in my opinion, one of the best films of 2022, and on my personal list, a top 5 movie of the year. I just think Damien really had something really special with this movie. What starts off wild and wacky turns into a really heartfelt story about these 3 characters just trying to make their way through a crazy, crazy world. And I think Damien really, really does a great job at tackling that kind of a story through his writing, through his direction, through everything that he does throughout the course of this movie. If you liked what you see here, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications so that you can get notified every single time I post a video. You can follow me on Letterboxd, which is right here. I post all of my movie reviews on Letterboxd, and it helps me keep track of things I have watched, things that I haven't watched, and things that I will watch. And I think you guys would benefit greatly from this website and this app if you are a budding lover of cinema like myself. As always, guys, happy movie watching. Take care.